Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the 100.
Stage will jump down for the attack. These boys will be dun dun dun.
They will go for the attack. Just to be embarrassed.
Wait.
Because they're evil. They clearly have no idea what they're up against. Eventually fighting each other. And the only person who retained sanity and was able to strike back against the ultimate demon, Portal. I mean, her name is Rumi, but none of this is relevant. But she's also a demon. Wow. She had to struggle, so she collected more sanity in that sense.
How are you
while
here?
her friends abandoned her.
You were just on stage. Oh, thank goodness. Oh no, how do you
From us this whole time?
Right back into the night? Cause I see you take down.
Welcome to Apocalypse, the world of betrayal. No one can be trusted to be a hero even. That was funny. And then bro sacrifices himself for no reason. Shouldn't you be busy fighting the demon lord or whatever? So yeah, unfortunately my whole idea kind of fell apart. Not only I messed up the microphone, so the video sounds like shit. Alright, not gonna fuck it up this time. But also the movie literally makes the other two hunters evil. And it's like, oh, I guess their nature blinded them, right? I see these patterns as poverty. Poverty can be caused by the lack of morals, or it can be caused just by unlucky circumstances. You can be born into poverty. But the movie ends very briefly showing these dynamics. It doesn't actually explain the patterns very much. Just like, well, you can be controlled through the patterns, you know? You can hear the voices and such. But she's kind of also controlling them pretty fine, and anyone can be controlled, apparently. Crowds and crowds of people basically gather for this epic event because they were hypnotized. And it does say something. Perhaps you are poor if you're blinded by the rich. The rich can control you even on stage. Celebrities are just one step above you. Again, I never understood crowds like that, and literally this movie paints this as like, well, you never know. Sometimes you're gonna be listening to Hunter's music, and sometimes you're gonna listen to demon music. It's your choice. I see the same thing on YouTube. You can choose good or evil all the time. But people not only choose with the virtue signal that you should not criticize evil, they just don't see it. Or they are completely willingly accepting evil and poverty, because that's what happens next. In a way, like, K-pop drama is about capitalism, right? And, well, you can accept poverty by accepting evil. You accept inflation into your country by accepting evil. It's just that simple. It's crazy listening to, like, UK accepting immigration, and it's like, bro, you are sinking your islands. Accepting evil is gonna destroy your economy and people's lives and just send you into poverty. That's what it is. We'll give you those demon patterns, my friends. Demon patterns are simply stress, right? In poverty, you cannot have 100% nutrition, 100% exercise, 100% relationships. Something's gonna suffer. Those are the patterns. Those are the missing pieces. It's the only thing that can explain the patterns, right? It's the perfect fit, I would say. And then you have voices that you're not good enough, that you're never gonna succeed. Everything sets you back, you know? Everything locks you down from success and escape of poverty. Personally, I'm locked down because fucking nobody cares. People are destroying each other's lives and they don't care. They don't care to admit it. They don't care to mitigate damage and negotiate and none of these things. They just continue their destruction as if no one complained.
Wow.
Now, one thing that does not align is that, like, she's already rich. Why would she have patterns anymore? If you lose a few teeth because of poverty, I mean, I'm sorry. Some of these patterns just gonna stick forever. They're part of your history now. And it's up to other people to accept the way you are. You can always sugarcoat yourself and hide the patterns, it seems, and pretend to be rich and famous, right? That's just available. That's just another feature. It's not actually. It doesn't actually debunk my idea. Then you understand why some people just give in into the demon selves. There is the demon self that people transform into, and it's just like intent to kill or do damage, to harm other people. That's when you become demon self. That's when you become really ugly and pretty obvious, pretty visible from every angle. So the lore is following basically the construct of reality. It is opening a new layer for me to talk about K-pop drama, right? It's a new foundation for K-pop drama. Now, there is demon self, there is the normal self, the NPC self. There's also the ego self. Ego is your soul, your dreams, your wishes, your future, your best version of yourself that you're constantly trying to claim. All your freedoms, your independence. I'll give you guys a quick story, because this is interesting. One girly posted in Perfection tab or channel, claiming that, oh my god, this channel is about me, I am the perfection, basically. That's also ego. It's not a demon attacking me. It's not attacking my, like, ideologies, but she's raising ego on me. She's wanting to be fed, basically, that she's more important right now in this particular moment. Raising ego next to other people is a little bit sketchy. Well, demon self can actually manifest if you are surrounded, if you are in danger, when you have to try and escape. You have to go panic mode. None of the hunters turn into demons, it's just the demons turn into demons. But I know from my own experience that I am surrounded, and I am turning into a demon self, because I have to fight back. I have to retaliate against all their mistakes being just thrown at me. Everyone who lives around me, who would disrupt my quiet, simple life, who don't care. My life is just another clue that apocalypse is happening, because my life was normal up to this point. But enough about me, how about South Koreans?
You
Surely
love
we're gonna
Korea,
find clues
K-pop,
now.
K-dramas, and all the other cultures that entertain you.
And
But is
become
Korea
mainstream.
always like that? No. What's happening in real life, especially these days,
We
is
didn't see any
chaotic,
peace, actually.
but no.
We saw so much chaos that the maxed out movie sequence, right? The hero is down, everyone died, everyone betrayed the hero, and suddenly the hero was able to bring back the team together and defeat the evil. It was, hanging on a branch that is about to break, about to give us a bad ending, but obviously we can't have that. I think the story still kind of shows a true statement that heroes are usually the ones that suffer the most. They know not to have mercy, they not to double think their actions. They just do the right thing, no doubt about it. See, the other two demon hunters, they kind of started doubting of like what's going on. They couldn't piece things together and take action. But Trumi suffered so much that she knew what had to be done.
Of Korea in English, so I'll be the one. Let me speak it out. People in Korea became reluctant to travel to East Asia for the moment because young adults like me got kidnapped and tortured and killed.
I mean, East Asia is technically China and those like other smaller countries, so Cambodia counts.
in Cambodia by a Chinese fishing group. And
We
also
heard
the-
about this one, by the way. This is actually a very recent news breaking thing, so he's not actually covering anything special right now.
South Korea's three major telecom companies like SK Telecom, KT, LG were hacked.
Guys are not making
And-
babies and getting kidnapped at the same time. I genuinely feel pity that this is like a nation driving itself into extinction. I would actually accept this argument, even though we are overpopulated. There's too many people. I know we are overpopulated because no one fucking cares about each other. We have too much of something, and it actually blinds us, and we feel like privacy is a good thing right now. I feel like capitalism happens when there's too much of something, and this time, there's too many humans. So it turns into a giant Squid Game. You are earning money, and if you don't earn enough, then you are basically eliminated. And definitely you're not gonna build a family and live a fulfilling life anymore. You are technically dormant. And we win because we have too much of something and we successfully spend it. We successfully spend the human beings because they will not reproduce if they're losing this game. Everything is very well set into place. And maybe we just crack the K-pop drama. This is it, right? This is the tie-in with the population of like, this is the game. This is the underlying core of capitalism that we live in. Because capitalism is actually just like a 36-year-old system that will go away eventually. In like 2 years, capitalism will actually cease to exist. The game cannot last very long because we won't have that many humans anymore. People are actually going to freak out because it's not just about the current state of the world of how many human beings exist right now. It's the state of the world of immigration, right? Of like some humans are actually unwanted. They don't want to live in their own place, and they shouldn't live in other people's places either. And it's like, if India produced 1 billion people, should they all just take over the rest of the world? Is that legit? Or should India suffer because it made a lot of humans? Right? Like, what's supposed to be the outcome of this? The game of overpopulation. Right? Like, capitalism started technically because communism ended. The world has opened up, and we started seeing of like, oh, everyone were making babies, actually. That's interesting. We were this closed off. That's what we have been doing. And the world opens up, the internet establishes, and it's like, okay, I guess we're all individuals. This guy is interesting, and that guy is interesting. Everyone started uploading on social media. We're starting to socialize and just realize how vast the world is and how many cultures exist. But yeah, the immigration is a problem because some places have a good population of people, but they want to leave their country. It's like, okay, you have a resource, but it doesn't matter to you? It doesn't make your country better? That means it is overpopulation on both sides of like, one country has too many people and another country is finally starting to solve the problem, but is getting scared of solving overpopulation. So it's like, okay, maybe we can import some more human beings. And it's like, bro, solve the problem. Just solve the problem. And also, like, how is immigration so fucking ugly? How do they don't integrate these people by force, by education, by filters after filters? But the reality is, when I was born, I barely got any education from my parents. I barely got integrated into culture. I don't even exist in my own culture, it feels like. I feel like it failed. I failed to immigrate into my own birth country. Just by, existing. I failed to immigrate, guys. I failed to adapt to this culture because it sucks. So there's some kind of underlying issue that's way bigger than just people moving around. And it's definitely an overpopulation. It's raising prices, it's filling up job slots. It's just very simple. And some jobs like take care of like thousands of humans. Once that slot is taken, that's it. You don't need certain amount of doctors. You don't need certain amount of everything becomes so efficient, right? While in a small town, you need all kinds of jobs, a variety of jobs. However, a small town might not establish so-called jobs, and people are just going to move out to bigger cities where it feels that there's more opportunity, right? That there's more establishment happening there. And then big cities are literally exaggerating overpopulation even more because everyone just flocking into overcrowded place. No one wants to take care of each other. Everyone wants to just get a job. Nobody wants to build a business. They just want to be an NPC. And it's not an easy life to be an NPC, is it? So the final statement, so we get back to the video, is some countries have been solving overpopulation. I think South Korea was doing it just fine. Everyone is crying about it, of course, of like, why humans going down? My number goes down. That's not good. Every number must go up, not go down. This is the people's reaction, but the reality is people are just living their lives. People are living in privacy. They're making their own decisions. You can't judge that. We are giving freedom to everyone to make their decisions. Don't judge this stuff. Don't touch it. It's actually sacred. We have too much of something and we let people decide if it naturally goes down, and it's doing exactly that. This is kind of like a democracy, the game of democracy, right? You're constantly deciding, are you going to make a baby tomorrow? No baby? Well, what 2 days later? All right, let's make baby 1 week later. No? You're constantly deciding that. It's you who decides that. Every single person is involved in this fucking number go down situation. And they're deciding that no, they don't want baby. Baby not good right now. Baby is not a useful thing for me right now. And they're completely right. You will have to forget about demon hunters, though. To some extent. I have taught you enough clues. Just, we harvested the movie, but don't worry about it. We're leaving it behind. It was just useful like toilet paper. For one episode. We need to continue learning.
Was identified as the prime suspect. That explains Korea has a low, weak security. And Korean government has decided to abandon prosecutor's office, which was operated for 70 years. And you know what's going to be abandoned as well? It's DCC, which is the military organization that used to protect the military from spies or any information leaks. But it's gonna be boom. And last,
I did not enjoy his video, but I'm just gonna play it in its entirety. I thought I did a pretty good job cracking the fucking, the codes, the underlying code of what's happening right now in today's society.
last but not least, same-sex partners will be registered as spouses.
The greatest irony is, like, again, I am most tortured right now because children, like literally 2 children, and they're being protected by the parents. The parents are so delusional that it's like, yep, we love our children even if they're creating drama right now. And it's like, what? There's overpopulation, and when you make a child, it fucking sucks? Of course. If you make a child and you live in privacy, you will not be able to educate your child properly, to be respectful of anyone else. But maybe your own boundaries, but your own boundaries could be fucking completely insane.
And this is not even an end of my whole story. I'm really scared. I'm that serious. So I'll be sharing in the next videos. See.
Scared of what? Traveling? I have been collecting, guys. This one's interesting. The flag. Positive, negative, and 4 elements. But wind is sky. Wind is sky, guys. Wait, where? How do I skip? Oh my god, I did not see it that way. Koreans are so cool. In fact, it's kinda badass. It works. For me, I love this shit. They also love this, like, personality types. And you can craft personality types with just 4 elements. Passive and active, by the way. Positive and negative. This is a little bit, negative. Libs are negative. Okay, I'll take that one. You giving it to me, I'm taking it. Okay, there's a lot here. 4 in a row. Out of control. Please switch. I already read it. Oh, I have to switch.
나를 사랑한다면서요 우리는 이제
Wow, such harsh reality. You eat food and you can get fat.
3 harassments in Japan nobody warns you about. First, chikan and its inappropriate touching in crowded places like trains. It happens fast,
Japan, by
but
the
the
way.
punishment is serious if they're caught. This harassment is a reason why women-only train cars exist during rush hour. Next is basukar, people who slam into you on purpose. They pretend it's an accident, then disappear into the crowd. It's petty, but it's more common than you think. And the most frustrating, kasuhara, harassment from customers at work. Endless complaints, rude demands, or just making staff feel powerless. Even in the safest country, some dangers are still visible.
South Koreans are racist.
So Koreans are actually one of the most racist people on this planet, especially towards other Asian countries like Japan, China, Philippines. I mean, we have a derogatory term for every single Asian race out there. It's actually crazy. And I look like a Southeast Asian, right? So whenever I go back to Korea and I hear these derogatory terms, I'm just like, what the actual fuck? But on the flip side, Koreans also idealize white people like crazy amounts. And there's literally a saying in Korean called 백마탄다, which refers to riding a white horse, which is a euphemism for sleeping with a white person, right? And to be honest, Korea's never really been that multicultural of a country, right? So like fair. However, because of like media and Western influences, like every Korean just wants to become pale and white. To be honest, like if you want to look pale, if you want to look white, I mean, it's completely up to you, right? So I'm not going to judge you for that. It's your choice. But like at least don't be racist to people that don't look white, right? The other thing is like Korea is such a looks-oriented society, right? I mean, you'll notice this if you live in Korea versus in the West. When you meet a Korean, like within the first couple of seconds, they'll literally comment something about how you look. For example, I have quite a big eye for an Asian, so they'll say, oh, you've got a big eye, for instance. Whilst in the West, I don't think I've ever had a situation like that. Okay, like people
Which eye is big, though?
usually mean it as a compliment and like, fine, thank you. But at the same time, it just shows that the whole society is very much hinged on looks itself. versus in the West, other values might be more important. That being said, I think like especially with younger generation these days, like with looks maxing and all that shit coming up, generally like society has trended more towards like favoring people that are better looking, for instance, that fit more towards a certain standard of things, which I think it sucks generally, but in Korea it's like 100 times more intensity. And I really feel this when I, for example, go to a restaurant or go anywhere with my really good looking friend. I can just tell that the service is just different. It's like it's a new experience basically.
South Korea is supposed to be one of the most developed, technologically advanced countries in the world. But did you know that South Korea also has the highest elderly poverty rate among OECD countries? According to a 2016 OECD economic survey, almost half of the elderly population over the age of 65 in South Korea is living in poverty. The problem is, this is the side of Korea you almost never hear about from the local media. And at first, we didn't believe it ourselves until we saw it with our own eyes. For months, our team has been trying to interview senior citizens to highlight this social issue. But we quickly came to realize that pretty much no one wanted to talk to us in front of the camera for the fear of losing face and potential repercussions from the family and community. But after months of making calls and visiting places ourselves, we finally managed to get in touch with this old lady who agreed to talk to us about
I'm
the
intrigued.
situation. So today, we're actually going to go visit her to hear what she has to say and see if we can help her out a little bit by donating some money. Let's see how we go.
No, I forgot. It's just a teaser.
Korea is right behind me. There's no lights there.
This is the perfect evidence of horrible regime. Like, I mean, you've seen satellite pictures of North Korea and there's no light. So in North Korea, there are a lot of power outages. And if you get 2 or 3 hours of electricity in a week, that will be solid.
This whole city here on the China side is fully lit up. And the side on the North Korea side has no lights. Even the end of the bridge, the lights stop, and there's all these trucks shipping things from North Korea.
And also, this bridge might actually be the same bridge that actually got captured and sent back to North Korea.
Can we cross this bridge?
No,
没有.
That probably be a one-way trip for Americans.
Binocular? Yeah. What do you see at night?
No.
What do you see at night with binocular? I don't see anything. The kid's like, what am I supposed to respond to that?
Nothing, right? Too dark.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just fun.
You don't see anything else. It's too dark, but it's not too dark to see fun.
Cats, sticks, and bugs. That's exactly how I imagined it. Instead of having a cat, how about you suck on a stick and have a giant bug in your room? Someone will patch it. See, that's why they have security problems. I see now, I see. They have bugs in their rooms. It's sponge time. I will soak in more information about South Korea. I probably can start searching for, like, overpopulation. Who is talking about it? And what are they saying about it? I'm way more curious about this thing. Of course, it's the Kurzgesagt. Who else would be talking about South Korean problems?
Will population growth destroy our way of life, or is this prophecy just ungrounded panic?
Very fucking grounded. Like, population exploded really fast, guys. Like, since 1950, we have boomed. Again, we have created a resource that needed to be privatized. The humans themselves received privacy. Sounds a little bit more scary than K-pop population going down, isn't it? Korea.
The poor would procreate endlessly and overrun the developed world. The legend of...
Well, it happened.
Overpopulation.
I was poor. I was born poor. I admit. But we actually are being saved by the capitalism. No one is actually interacting with you directly and saving you directly, but through capitalism we can introduce better technologies, better foods, greater experience for every single individual. Everyone is isolated from each other, but they can still have a decent time waiting for, of course, population reduction that would actually finally open up opportunities. Even the panic of like, oh my god, who's gonna take care of the old people? It's like, that's a very good job to have, to take care of old people. And I actually want to dig out that story, actually. I was intrigued. I want to see where it goes. I want to unlock it.
Koreans are going missing in Cambodia, and it's getting so bad the Korean government is stepping in. Korea's crime reporting show 그것이 알고 싶다 did a two-part series on why Koreans are going missing in Cambodia, and a lot of
it's
distraught
news.
family members who lost contact with their family who traveled to Cambodia finally got some answers, and it's shocking. The 2 episodes of 그것이 알고 싶다 were 88 days of coverage in Cambodia, and basically it starts from a text message where you're offered this job opportunity where you have—
It's job opportunity. Oh my god, I found job in Cambodia. Then he gets kidnapped. Feudalism is back. That's what I'm talking about.
Supposed to be one of the most
Asian boss media. Okay, let's go. Before we dive deeper, I want to see how far we went so far. We found out that Korea is following capitalism and its rules very intensely. That's what makes them so different from North Korea. North Korea does not want capitalism. Alright, it just wants to be the other side of Korea that does not follow the capitalism rules. It's very simple, actually. It's split into 2 pieces. Some of the people are gonna follow the rules, and some of the people are not gonna follow the rules. Let's see what happens. Even though we see capitalism establish itself, does that make the people happier, than in North Korea? Suddenly, things can shift very quickly. But so far, we are condemning North Korea more than South Korea, and we actually feel so much benefits coming out of South Korea, and potentially capitalism will be celebrated, right? Of like, well, you guys win. Maybe North Korea could just admit defeat. Ruthlessness of South Korea. K-pop drama stems from just the hard work that everyone has to pitch in, the sleeplessness, the authorities above you demanding high level performance, and just being popular is a demanding thing. It's very difficult to actually maintain that shit, and you do need authorities over you to push you around and schedule everything, and still you have to still look pretty. You still have to withstand drama when people criticize you. It's just a sneak peek that there are more intense levels of life that people can have, and Korea, just like, things are very exposed, I would say. Because again, they follow the rules. It's actually very easy to understand what they're going through. But because they follow rules, I feel that's what made them combine forces to create K-pop groups, not just solo artists. They have to go through an entire process. Instead of having like Disney World and sitcoms of American World, they just create groups where some members are better than others and they have their solo basically spin-off. If they need one, maybe they don't need one. They can just continue doing their thing. So everything is like very well established, and even though it's ruthless, that's just how life of overpopulated worlds looks like. There's no other way. Be happy to survive every single day because you're surrounded by evil, poor people. That's what's going on. There's demons everywhere. They can turn into actual demons and attack you basically, and maybe you will not be saved by hunters, right? And apparently the best way to hunt down demons is to just spread positivity, right? Enlightenment. Uplift people's esteem. That's what K-pop actually represents, right? It's something free, it's something very accessible, something energizing, spending your time in a quality fashion and ignoring all the demons roaming around in the streets. Technically, I'm starting to believe that, yes, going outside and touching grass is the most demonic fucking request, basically. Go outside, touch grass. No. Do you know how many demons there are outside? Do you know how little activity there is outside? I will never risk additional amount of interactions with demons. How about no? right? It's just, how about no? Even just climbing downstairs is already risky enough for me, because there's neighbors that I don't fucking like. Neighbors who have drained their reputation to zero, and I don't know what to do about it. They will have to be approached, they will have to be talked to, but I'm not supposed to be doing right now because I have other plans. I have private worlds to take care of, right? So there's the demon world, guys. There was this drama, right? The spark of drama. I was prepared for K-pop drama, and it fucking dropped. You know, it kind of accepted my confirmation, or confirmed my readiness to engage in K-pop drama. So that was a brilliant move. Literally on January, South Korea was like, let's impeach president. That should be fun. Sleeplessness, insomnia, just, it's hard, okay? It's hard in Japan too. And yes, there are the rich people. Funny enough, nobody clicked on this video. Are you rich people pleasing? Are you that evil right now? If you look around, the cleanliness of the world is because of rich people pleasing. Everyone wants to look rich. Everyone wants to look good. But the problem is, by doing so, you're rich people pleasing. You're modeling yourself after rich people. And it's not exactly what you're supposed to go for. Being rich is not exactly like the greatest escape from all your problems. How about you take being wise, being friendly, always having a good time, and being aware of all the dangers that could happen to you, so you can avoid them. This one is kind of interesting because just like we have Mr. Beast, Koreans have their own idols, right? The top idols that they kind of follow very closely. What ideologies they believe in, Koreans will believe the same thing, right? Because we're gonna rich people please anyways. Some people can't help it. They don't have anything. They're engaging with K-pop a lot, and they're gonna project values onto themselves. Right now in America, we have the super most popular stars already married. They don't have children necessarily, but they're getting married. Alright, that's interesting. That might be starting to shake up the American metagame a little bit. You know, belief in Christianity rising a little bit. So you have to actually keep attention on the Blackpink by any means. I'm not sure if you have to pay attention to BTS, but they do seem to be influential in that sense as well. I never paid attention, so I don't know what the fuck they're up to. I just can't talk about them. And can't confirm if they have interesting lives. They're the Blackpink barely went like solo for a little bit and then came back together, so it's like, I don't even know what's going on. I thought solo careers are now gonna continue and they're just gonna build their own thing and they're gonna become independent. They're eventually gonna marry, right? They're gonna be on this pathway, but I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. They just released their albums and reunited. As if to face some kind of evil, the Guima. Guima! And yes, we have two utopias. Two dystopias. But I introduced another concept, which was already floating around on the internet, which is the Venus Project. And I just confirmed that is the future. The good people will have to escape their shitty environments at some point. But they have to reach out to each other in order to make the revolution, to build something. We have to have enough talent collected to be successful, right? And we have to have a piece of land where government is not just gonna fucking punch us in the guts and take everything. Say it's illegal and just fucking jail us or whatever. Like, we have to have everything in check if we want smart people to just unite and escape the impoverished world that is wasting my time personally. There's too much drama, right? If people admit that they live surrounded by too much drama, too much useless drama, maybe it's time to actually escape and turn Venus Project into upcoming reality, right? That's all it takes. It's just smart people coming together and doing the work that is necessary, right? I would say it's just like extremely entertaining to attempt such a thing. Even if it fails, we just go back to where we came from. It's not a big deal. And so this is the current state of unlocked insights to K-pop drama. It's actually all over the place, right? We're trying to crack capitalism mostly, and this time it's overpopulation, but I want to honor how intriguing this thing is. Uploading every week. Birth rate crisis. Oh my god. How do you feel? Wait, that's epic. That's exactly the topic, guys.
뜬금없는 질문을 하나 하고 싶다 하면 친구들이 보통 너 근데 공부 열심히 해.
You studied so hard and you're gonna get the best job in the universe. You really want to give it up.
그래서 좋은 대학교 나왔는데 너 그런 거 다 그냥 컷
For
해버리고서
parenting, that's
육아할 수
ugly.
있어? 뭐 결혼하면은 그런 거 다 버려야 될 텐데 그거 괜찮아 이런 식으로
Making life is
좀
ugly,
많이
bro.
되묻는 편이에요. 그렇구나. 혹시 아이는 몇 명 정도?
Oh, that's the cutest guy.
생각을 해. 근데 시선에서는 뭐 뉴스라든가 아니면 해외에서 한국 망했다 하는데 잘 체감이 안 되거든요.
Yeah, Korea is doomed because of COVID. You know? Bro said nothing changed and wears a mask. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Or does he have shitty teeth? Is that even like worse? No. Bro was called ugly, but then he's standing next to this person. You know? I don't know, man. There's like 10 reasons why someone would wear a mask. Even the anonymity reason, right? Like, there's so many.
요즘 학교 애들이 없어서 문 닫는 학교.
Not the schools. That's the worst thing. You're not wearing the mask properly.
많잖아요. 그래서
You're still ugly.
경제적으로 준비가 많이 된.
I think it's very simple. It's like we cannot accumulate wealth. Everything is being taken away from us. And so people can't. Like, and the system itself is so fucking complicated. I don't think it's very difficult to understand what's going on here. Where's my guy with the cool video, please? Three years ago? Japanese, oh wow. You know, I'll take those funerals. I'll take for human population. Yep. Yeah, but while we burying people, maybe we gotta keep them Indians and Africans and people who make too many babies a little bit locked down. They're the COVID of the world.
우린 아무래도 이게 복합적인 이유가 있겠죠. 약간 경제적인 측면도 약간 좀 우리나라가 약간 집을 사기 굉장히 어려워졌잖아요. 이게 집값이 많이 올라가가지고 그래서 아무래도 그것 때문에 현생을 살기 때문에 집을 사기 좀 부담스럽고 해서 결혼하는 나이가 좀 늦어지는 추세긴 한데 그래서 약간 좀 이런 걸 좀 따지지 않는 이거 이해할 수 있다 하고 만나줄 수 있는 그걸 통해서 약간 좀 일본 분들을 많이 선호하는 게 아닌가. 네, 일본 분들은 그런 게 좀 그래도 우리 처음부터 올라가자. 좀 돈 못 벌어도 같이 벌면 언젠가 올라가겠지라는 인식이 있다는 걸 좀 그렇게 알고 있거든요. 그래서 그런 것 같습니다.
한일 커플 사이에서는 사실 한국과 일본에 대해
있지 않아 있을 것 같고.
I still think it's just this difference of a time zone, this small difference. That's it. You're just a better man. The further you go this way, just a better man. So being able to survive when women can just treat you like shit, even like this tiny difference, women treat you more like shit than Japanese women would, right? And it's a regional difference, right? Like, Asia is this region. Where else are you gonna go into the East? There's nowhere else to go, right? That's the only difference maker. And it's still big enough. You might think I'm doing something really weird, but we already listened to TikTok describing that Korean women want to go to China. Right? Women want to go this way, men want to go this way. That's so weird. And yet the world is kind of split in that direction. Men go this way, women go this way. It's almost like a big question of like, are you gonna move or are you gonna make the woman come to you? It's like increasing gravity, the difficulty of your life. I don't know, man, it's weird. I haven't cracked that, and hopefully that's not the part of the drama. Unrealistic Korean dating standards. And because people are split into two directions, locally it's hard to date anyone. It's better to move around and become spicy.
나요?
네, 맞아요. 적인
Oh,
이유가
I love this. I
혹시
love this.
싱글이신가요?
네네.
싱글이?
싱글입니다.
싱글인 voice.
시대가 많이.
Well, the most missing ingredient of relationships is commitment. If you don't treat relationship as a sacred artifact, if you don't become friends with people and improve your connections, everything falls apart. Like, you're not gonna get anywhere unless you are flourishing connections. You're not gonna get dates. You're not gonna get interested in anyone and be able to say of like, should we go on a date? I kind of like you, you know. I'm kind of attractive. You're a very cool person. Like, we share so many values, right? Like, eventually you have so many friends that you are realizing that one of them is pretty cool. But it doesn't stop there. So commitment to keep friends, to keep flourishing, to not look at just like, oh, we're just dating and things just have to magically work out. No, you force it. You force it. You force each other to like each other. And to keep each other for as long as possible, even as friends. Maybe you'll change your mind. I don't know. See, again, we got hit by privacy and people forgot how to do a lot of things. They can look normal, they can appear normal because they fucking sweating for, you know, to not be recognized as weird, but that's about it. Weird and weak. No one wants to look like that. But that's it. Behind that shell, everyone is weak and stupid. You can sort of include me onto this list, but I don't even participate in society, so I'm excluded from the narrative, my friends. Okay, I got hit by a realization. Restore. Can I restore? Nope. Only I can restore commitment. I feel that when you go to, like, Japan as a man, like, you become more comfortable with the level of difficulty. You're kind of rising the level of difficulty if you go this way. But men can do it. Men are competitive. But when you are truly connected with a woman, you potentially can finally scale the world, right? Like, if a woman comes from Korea, I come from Europe, we scale the world from this point to this point. Because there has to be a reason to, like, it's almost like stretching something, gaining experience, or even like resetting to very middle of the world and stretching into lower difficulties and higher difficulties. Both are difficult. Lowering your difficulty is just like relaxing and not giving a fuck about anything and just letting life kind of move at its own pace, while here you have to fucking keep up with everyone. Learn new things, not get in trouble. There's a lot of potential trouble going on, and so on, right? And sleep less, because I don't know why, but that's Korea right there. You have to sleep less. We decided. Really feel about martial law, of course.
South
Did I
Korea
found it?
is supposed to be one of the most 16 OECD
I think I found it. It's this video right there.
economic survey. Almost near citizens.
And so, I'm not exactly sure if it matters where you get your partner from, but it's a nice gift to give to a woman of like how you get to live in like an easy difficulty, and the woman gives you this insight of like how it feels like to live in a hard difficulty. Except it's too difficult for me because I'm poor. I like Americans.
To highlight this from the family.
It's too hard, demons everywhere.
But after
I'm too poor to escape.
months of 거는 전혀 못 받으시는 거죠 지금?
저들이 어렵단 게 직장이 없어 지금.
다 직장이요.
No jobs, guys. Oh, so cute.
제 아들도
혹시 거기에 대해서 서운하진 않으세요?
안 서운해.
일을 하고
She does not expect to be taken care of.
계신가요? 일을 하시나요?
It's like, what's the point of making children if this happens?
아침에
신지 얼마나 되신 거예요?
몇 년 돼요. 내가
I can't wait for Mr. Beast to give $10,000.
나도 양.
Mr. Beast!
어떻게
This is what happens if you pour.
섰는데 근데 어떤 분거차가 양 레디아까를 받아갖고 내가 쫙 그냥 떨어져 버렸어.
You gain ability to fly. It's crazy.
한 3년을 일을 못 했어 내가. 그리고 내 돈만 들어가.
Lawsuits? Gain a bunch of money? No? Not possible?
그때 뭐 보험
대단하다.
If you want to truly immigrate, this way you start, bro. You become a sixth child without a job.
몸이 안 떨어져 나는. 아니 나는 왜 무엇을 생각하냐면 누워서 떠먹이고 이러시고 눕히고 하는 사람들 얼마나 감사한 거 몰라. 나 허리 이렇게 굽었어도.
혼자서 생활할 수 있다는 게.
그런 마음을 먹고 그러니까 나는 참 감사해요. 하나님께 감사.
근데 지금 평소는 이것보다 훨씬 더 많다는 얘기잖아요.
그거는 더 싫어. 어때요?
This fucking old woman is stronger than the man, potentially. Man, you gotta be scared of these people.
이 박스
Secretly Jackie
하나에
Chan.
얼마 정도?
한 번에 200kg씩 갖고
200kg요?
200kg요? That's when he realized what he deals with right now. He's in a lot of danger. What the fuck? She brings almost 1/5 of a ton of goods for us. Like a mini truck. How convenient.
근데 좀 보자. 저건 더 저 집이 더 있다는 거 있어요. 달걀도 사 먹고.
Yeah. So that's $2 and this is like $1. 피곤하시죠?
아니요.
I'm ready to beat your ass if you say something stupid. That's what's going on again.
Yeah.
And fucking recycle you for $5. Bro doesn't even weigh 200 kilograms, bro. Bro gets beaten up 4 times.
큰 돈을 주셔.
예. 앞으로
He
생활하시는
gave $1,000.
네, 좀
아이고 감사합니다. 너무나 고마워요. 아이고 어떻게
Damn, this is so
이런
emotional.
고마운 양반들이 어디 가 계셔? 아니 나 그냥 이렇게 하는 것만 해도 내가 겁나 기쁘게 생각했는데 이런 큰 돈을 아이고.
본인을 위해서 insole that feeds about 3,000 seniors a day.
Feed old people, guys.
You can make a contribution by
No. They can literally get $1.80 for some cardboard boxes. Easy for them. It's easy for them, bro. It's RPG. Wow, now I have to travel to Korea. They have it easy, bro. But not really. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe $3 a day? $2 a day for food? I mean, it's not that far off, to be honest, of how I live. Oh, yes. The Bill Gates problem. It sounds a little bit worse when Bill Gates says it, you know. I'm a billionaire. There's too many humans. Stop saving people, okay? It leads to overpopulation. Stop it. Why did you give 2,000 to an old woman? Now it's overpopulated. It's over, guys. We had K-pop, now it's overpop. No! No! It is the overpop drama this whole time. Korea is over.
Give our answers. Even fast.
See, the funny thing is about economy is that all we're trying to do with the economy and the existence of economy is just because we have to take care of these billions upon billions of people. In the end, that's the only thing that matters anymore. Taking care of people. It's the only thing left. We're all gonna be struggling, and it's like, eventually people realize, okay, I can't really have children, you know, eventually people slow down this rate of insanity.
And keeping children alive, would that create more of a population problem? What we found out is that as health improves, families choose to have less children.
As IQ improves.
And this effect is repeated. The population growth goes down as we improve health. So we use the
Oh my god! Koreans are very healthy!
global population.
Oh my god, guys. We figured it out.
We've actually pretty high numbers.
See, birth rates going down is just a sign of your health, you know?
Over
Isn't that great?
2% per way.
Don't take it from me, take it from the Bill Gates, the Windows 11 guy himself. Alright?
Way down. 11 billion.
As Windows gets healthy, less people use Windows. That's what it is.
People still
Absolutely.
alive, but they're great about saving those lives.
Well. It's kind of interesting because my theory is if nobody cares about you, you're going to be unhealthy, and you'll make children to try and kind of compensate for your unhealthy status. But it's also IQ related as well. Having children right now is as bad as smoking cigarettes. Alright, let's wrap it up.
Never look up. This is why programs that help lower child
Like
mortality
Bill Gates.
or help poor nations develop are so important. Nation growth will come to an end. The UN forecasts that the 12th billionth human will never be born at all.
Ooh, rage bait.
Which generally means that they have fewer kids. Some studies have shown that for every 4 additional years a girl stays in school, she'll give birth to 1 less child than she would have otherwise.
Brainwashing.
Now, if you actually do all that
Brainwashing makes you have less children. Maybe the biggest brainwashing is to individualize you, to make you work all by yourself. That's what education usually is. You put all this work all by yourself to get benefits just to you alone. Everything is privatized. Without education, you would do complete opposite things, right?
and lots of women are well educated, we're already seeing populations start to shrink.
Let's start panicking, guys. Bitcoin is going down.
If these two trends continue for a few
So it's education that's the problem.
Some experts are now sounding the alarm about underpopulation.
See, it was rage baits. These underpopulation scientists, they're ugly, you know, let's put them in the end of the
They're worried
video.
that having fewer people working and spending money on stuff
But that's kind of exactly what I wanted to happen.
shrinks faster. After all, that would mean that, on average, everyone would have more.
Are you stupid? It's not about money, it's about ownership of goods. Factory produces more things for less people. I mean, everything's going to become so cheap. Dirt cheap. Incentivized to fucking cartwheel as much stuff as possible. Consume as much stuff as you possibly can. We're going to become dinosaurs, guys.
Towards a
We're going to grow as big as dinosaurs because we will eat 10 times more. Because we will be able to afford
explosion,
10 times
which
more
I think we can
food.
all.
Earth is not overpopulated. I want to punch this guy in the face for this
If you
bullshit.
just simply look at the birth rate
What a
statistics,
punchable face he just became, you know? My face is not overpopulated with punches. Exactly. That's exactly what I heard.
you can tell down or up.
Yeah, but like, if you look into the future, far into the future, you're gonna start panicking. But just let it happen, bro. Let it slide. We'll talk about it later, okay? Elon Musk is so concerned about the future, he's already in Mars. 100 years later, you know, when he's dead. He's in Mars, though. He's ready for Mars. And I literally don't care. Bro, you already made 11 children or whatever, right? Shut the fuck up. You did your thing. The more you talk, the stupider you look. All you have to say is like, I've done 11 children, you should do that too. Easy, right? Only South American would be, or South African would be like, oh, the world is not overpopulated, actually. And that's why South Korea is better than South Africa. We figured it out. See you guys next time.